YouTube, what's going on? I'm coming out with you with another video, and I wanted to have some of my hot takes, some stances I had in the past that maybe went right. I'm just only gonna do a few. Let's get it started. Down on Mariota, so I can't really expect much from him as long as Mariota or the offensive coordinator is the same. Something need to change. Your boy was feeling hella discouraged when A.J. Brown went to the Tennessee Titans. But rewind that back. What did I say pre-draft? My number one is A.J. Brown. I got two Browns, 1 and 2. A.J. Brown, hey man, look. Don't let no one tell you. Look, that's my number one because I feel it don't matter what team he goes to, he's going to be productive. And no matter what team he goes to, he's going to be just fine. Just fine. So that's my top 10, and I just want to run through them real. Sometimes you just need to stick with your guns. Just stick with your guns. Like I said, I didn't feel like it was no team that could bring him down. But when I knew he was going to a team led by Mariota, I was like, ugh. And you see, as soon as Mariota got pushed out the way and Tannehill brought this man to greatness, now A.J. Brown is worth so much in Dynasty, it's ridiculous. Is Diontae Johnson. And this for some of y'all guys that don't have any faith in James Washington or what his name, Moncrief. I don't even know. I'm not a fan of Moncrief at all. I'll go with James Washington myself. I think Johnson is great. If you ever looked at his highlights, he is a rookie. But if you looked at his highlights, it's something about this guy. You feel like he has the it factor. You can wait in redraft leagues. You might as well wait. See how the depth chart work out. Maybe wait after a few weeks. But of course, if you in a dynasty league, the man should be rocked. Number 8, Diontae Johnson made a name for himself this year. You know who he is. He had some games he was going off. Who would have thunk it? The man would have showed up his rookie year balling. 2 is Devin Singletary, and he is buried under the depth chart of running backs in Buffalo. So, of course, he should be rostered in all dynasty league, but redraft, don't even worry about drafting him at the moment. He needs to find his way up the depth chart. And if you see him start moving up the depth chart, definitely put him on your team because I don't know what's going on with McCoy. I don't know if they're going to release him. They brought in Yeldon, and I assumed he was going to be the starter. But after they brought in Yeldon, they drafted Singletary. So I think Singletary has some talent, and he may end up being the number 1 running back on that team. As you can tell, that's before McCoy was traded away. You know, I was doing these projections and predictions way ahead of the season, and McCoy ended up getting traded away. I don't know what happened with Yeldon. I don't know how Yeldon ended up not gaining favor with the team. I don't know who he pissed off. And you have Frank Gore keep getting touches, but Singletary still managed to shine. And now everybody is anxious to draft him for next year. I think you should go with Derrick Henry. I just think he's a Goliath of a talent. Why not? And to be honest, I just came around on Derrick Henry. I've never been a big fan of Derrick Henry. And something told me, go back and look at this man college tape. And, I was just looking at his college tape. I was like, man, this man is like a fucking beast running out here. He makes it look easy. And then just you look up his measurements, and then you look at what he did last year, and you just be like, what if they decide to actually give him the ball a lot? Because it's not like Deion Lewis was running well last year. So I'm swinging for the fences. Give me Derrick Henry. Give me that big mammoth running in the backfield. So, as I said, I wasn't on Derrick Henry. He had that playoff run, that fantasy football playoff run, 2018. And, of course, it helped people win championships. It caught my eye. I went back, looked at college tape of him, and I was just like, I was enamored. I had a man crush looking at his college tape, and I said, you know what? I'm going to buy in, I'm going to buy in this year, and I drafted a number of shares of Derrick Henry. And when it got close to the end of the season, the trade deadline, I traded for even a couple of more shares in Dynasty League. I traded away like my first pick to get a couple of more shares of Derrick Henry. And pairing that with Lamar Jackson in a lot of redraft leagues, you imagine how, why I did as well as I did. So, that's just one I got right. Next player on my list is Le'Veon Bell, and haven't y'all got burned enough last year? I got burned last year? I know some of y'all got burned. I don't want it. Right now, Bell is going an average of the 7th overall player. Damn it. Look, I'm not with the shits, so I'm not picking that man. Look, I'm not gonna deny the man's talent. But guess what? You put any running back in that Steelers offense, and they're going to produce at a high level. So I don't know how good Bell truly is, but I do know how bad the Jets was last year. So him going to 7th overall with a lot of question marks about the offense, the coach, the team. Oh no, I'm good. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Yeah, I was out on a number of players, especially for players of the ADP. This is just one of them. I wasn't sold on Le'Veon Bell, and people were still drafting him like he was the Le'Veon Bell, still on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I was like, no, 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 can't do it. Too damn high for me at that ADP, And if he would have fell to me in the second round, believe me, I would have drafted him, but he was not falling. People was buying high and too expensive for my blood. I got a lot of Miles Sanders. You can get him in I think the 7th, 8th round. I don't know, somewhere down there. Get him at a value. He might start off slow, but telling you, he'd probably be a league winner for you guys. Play that back. He might start off slow, but telling you, he'd probably be a league winner for you guys. There is only one player I owned as much as Lamar Jackson, and that is Miles Sanders. And if you've seen any of my mock draft, I would always grab Miles Sanders in a mock draft. I was high on Miles Sanders producing late in the season. And for most of my teams, I just kept him. I just had him sitting on a bench for the longest, waiting on his run at the end of the season. And hey, if you kept him or if you picked him up at a certain time, you was able to benefit and reap the rewards because he did go off the last couple of games in your championship game. He definitely went off. So he won some leagues, the ones that trusted him. Because I think the week before the semifinals, I think he was set up to go off, but he ended up dealing with hamstring issues. Or was that the first week of the playoff? That might have been the first week of the playoff. He was dealing with them hamstring issues. I don't remember now. But he did well. He won a lot of people a lot of leagues. And just like my Lamar Jackson pick, and I was high on Lamar Jackson. And another player that helped me out. But anyway, I just wanted to point out some of the hits on things that I did do wrong. Of course, there are some people that I called out wrong. But to be honest with you, I really didn't get that many shares of players that, that I did wrong on. I mean, I guess there is 2 shares of players that I had a lot of that, you would say didn't do that well. And that's Lockett. Lockett didn't come through in the playoffs. See, he did okay in the regular season, and Jeffrey didn't do that well. So other than that, I did fine. Anyway, people, that's it for me. I'm out.